It was about a year ago when I spoke at a Unity Church near the Shenandoah National Forest. My topic for that lesson was bubbling in the cauldron. I got to thinking about that lesson lately, not because of Halloween candy and costumes everywhere. I sense now more than ever society is bubbling in a sea of anxiety, fueled by misinformation, personalized and political agendas, efforts to divide our citizens, and a seeming war on those who want to be productive citizens in our country by those who spread fear and hate. I spoke to the congregation using the metaphor of a cauldron as a representation of our body. The more ingredients, like eye of newt, alligator tail, blood of bat, and such, to keep the stew bubbling is very similar to the daily news, police blotter, news radio, which is really not news but more of a politicized infomercial spewing intolerant rhetoric, than reporting unbiased facts of the matter. Or the newspapers that have some turned into publishing propaganda that barely reflects reality. I've been reading materials from my personal library that I've wanted to read for some time and came across a 1988 article by Reverend Eric Butterworth called Reflections on Truth. Within the article, Mr. Butterworth defines truth, with a capital T, as a point of reference. Truth is the absolute, the divine principle that which is, has been, and ever will be, that eternally is. Fact is that which has its existence and can be proved because it is apparent to our senses. We see it, we hear it, we feel it, we taste it, and we can smell it. Butterworth explains that a man came into his office and lamented how badly his life was because of one thing or another. When Butterworth did not agree and expressed his faith that there were no insurmountable problems, that in the higher realms of his own mind he could release the means of dissolving the apparent obstacles, the man loudly protested and proclaimed, "That sounds good, but you have to have the facts." Butterworth goes on to explain that in the morning, you can see the sun rise, and in the evening, you can see the sun set. By definition, that's a fact because you can see it. He continues on by helping the man that while the sunrise and sunset is indeed a fact, it is actually an appearance. Because the sun does not rise or set. The sun is shining all of the time. It's only where you are that the sun appears to move. We have an obligation to discern appearances, facts, and truth. In that discernment, we would serve ourselves by not succumbing to the turmoil that continues to churn our cauldron. The steam and bubbles from that cauldron only make for fogging our senses. I'm not advocating burying your head in the sand or not sharing your voice and joining others. What I am advocating is to speak words of truth in a heartfelt and compassionate way. Nothing is gained by continuing to add fuel to the fire. It's only through love and light that we eliminate the darkness and still the bubbling cauldron. Blessings upon your path.